Hi guys, welcome to Evelyn's Oven. Today I'm making stuffed pumpkin. I know I've made it before. I've made the white pumpkin stuffed with cream spinach. Today we are going to do a little something different. We are going to use the big jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that we have. And I couldn't decide when I was looking up different recipes which one to use. So I'm combining both methods. So one of the methods I have here, let me just tell you what I got going on so far, okay? Because I've been working in the kitchen all morning. Okay. So right here is our pumpkin. I had it in the oven at 375 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes. So it's nice and brown on the outside. We clean the inside out. And then I've got 2 pounds of ground turkey. I've got 1 pound of regular ground turkey and I've got another pound of breakfast style ground turkey, and they're mixed together. So the breakfast style adds a little more flavor. It's pre-seasoned. And then I also have some thyme, about a teaspoon and a half of ground thyme. And then I have about a tablespoon of dried chives in there. Also, I have some pumpkin pie spice, which has your cinnamon, your nutmeg, your ginger, and all that good stuff. So, all that's in here, and I wanted to show that to you before I mixed it in. But the ground turkey is already cooked. The pumpkin is what you call par baked. It's not par boiled, but it's par baked. In other words, it had to be cooked enough to get the lid on top ready to go. So it is ready to go. And over here, we're going to do some of I have my rice cooking in the Instapot over here. Let's get this right back this way. I think that'll work. So what I have here for the filling, I have 4 cups of heavy cream. I have 2 cups of cream of mushroom, or 2 cans, I'm sorry. A quarter of a cup of Parmesan cheese, which is going to go on top. I have 4 slices of bread. You can use day-old bread or whatever bread you want to use, and I cubed them up. And now we are going to cut up the bell peppers and add those to our ground turkey that we have over there. So I'm just going to dice up these peppers. So it's like, if you guys have ever had, which I'm sure you have, a stuffed bell pepper. It's kind of like that in the way that the rice and the peppers are mixed together. But it's not going to be with a red sauce. I wanted to use the cream because the cream, I think, works really well with the pumpkin. I'm not sure how red marinara sauce or red sauce would work, tomato sauce, with this. But I'm certainly going to try it one day. But for today, I wanted to incorporate kind of, the bread filling with the rice, with the ground turkey, and give it a savory and sweet kind of. I've got all these, flavors stuck in my mind. So I've got 1 yellow bell pepper here that I'm dicing up. I've got 1 red. I don't have any green bell pepper. So if you have a green bell pepper, that would be nice to use. I think I would normally try a green one, just because growing up, I used to make, or when my kids were growing up, I should say, I used to make green stuffed bell peppers. Okay, so this is, let's get this lid on here. Okay, get my towel over here. I'm going to add to is a little touch of smoked paprika when we get back to our skillet over here. So I've got this one diced up. I'm just trying to work in a hurry. I just need to slow down. I wanted to make sure the pumpkin was ready to go and that my ground beef was ready to go. But I didn't want you to miss the important steps in the ground beef. You know, adding these extra seasonings towards the end and the bell peppers. So. Okay, so I've got my bread, which I think is going to hang out. We're just going to use the peppers. Let me get this last little bit. I'm excited to try this. You know, I've tried the other with the cream spinach and it turned out to be a hit. So I'm just hoping this will turn out to be just as good. Okay. We're going to come over here. Take you guys with me. Got my little skillet right there. Turn my fire back on. I turned it off for a second because I wanted to get all caught up here. This pumpkin's going to hold our peppers for a second. I just want you guys to be able to see what's going on. Okay, so I've got the meat. I've got my sauces on the side here. I'm getting my my dried thyme and my dried chives wet over here with a little bit of the grease from the, I drained the grease by the way, but there's a little bit of water in here. So I'm just moving this stuff aside. And I think I already added 1 cup of cream in here. I'm just going to mix everything together. So that pumpkin pie spice is supposed to add a hint of spice to our stuff. I might be adding more once we add all the cream. Just want it all incorporated here. Now I'm going to just move this meat to the side so we can add our bell peppers. Sounds like it's nice and hot already. This is kind of ideal to use spinach or Swiss chard or kale. That's what I've been seeing a lot in the recipes. I used spinach last time. So I thought, well, you know what? For the vegetable, I'm just going to use bell peppers. And see how that turns out. I'm going to add my bread, but we're not going to add it quite yet. Got my peppers here. Want them to work their magic. I'm going to add a little bit of this smoked paprika. Just a little bit. Half of a teaspoon. 1/4 of a teaspoon maybe. Yeah, about 1/4. Got my fire on really high. Like I said, the ground turkey is already pre-cooked. The pumpkin is ready to be stuffed. Try to get some of the steps out of the way so we won't be that long here in the kitchen. Try to keep it 20 to 30 minutes. Somewhere in there. I did cut these kind of big. I was hoping they would just be really good and nice and done by the time we're all said and done. Whew, getting hot. Turn on the fan. Maybe that'll help and suck up some of this. Might be a little too loud too. Just bear with me. Got my peppers going. Let's see, if I can put a lid on this, it'll probably go faster. Let's do that. Let's keep the lid on and let it do its thing while I get everything else ready. But look at this pumpkin, guys. Look how big this sucker is. And it's pretty big. I want to say, I mean, it's got all the seeds and the stringy stuff out, but it's probably a good 5 pounds. If I was picturing carrying a 5-pound bag of potatoes, I mean, yeah, it's still warm to the touch too. But it's nice and golden brown. I could easily put some olive oil on here or honey, a little bit of honey and water glaze over this. We'll do that maybe towards the end if I don't forget. Okay, so let's just get back to our drawing board here to see that. What I like to use with the Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to add some more cheese. I'm going to use whatever cheese I have. I've got cottage cheese and I've got mozzarella cheese and Mexican style cheese. You know, I think I'll use the Mexican style cheese. Now, if you wanted to do this vegetarian, I'm thinking you could use, I'm using 6 cups of rice. I don't know how much this is all going to make together, but I would probably maybe double up on the rice, double up on your vegetables, add more vegetables. You can certainly add more slices of bread. I have 4 slices of bread here. So you could definitely double up on the bread and your veggies and your rice, or however you want to do it, just to make enough if you don't want to use ground turkey. I'm going to see if I have any nutmeg up here. Oh, sorry. So, nutmeg, where are you, nutmeg? Here we go, ground nutmeg. I'm going to add just a little bit of nutmeg to our Parmesan cheese, which is going to go on top before we stick it in the oven. So we'll just use 1/4 teaspoon. And I'll mix that in with the Parmesan cheese. Gives it a nice nutty flavor. You got 2 nuts together. nutty cheese with nutty nutmeg. There you go. I've got both of those together. Okay. And I'll put this over here. Now, I'm thinking we need to go check on our peppers again. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay, so we're going to come back over here. See how our peppers and ground turkey's doing. So these peppers had time to get a little soft. Not much time. I didn't give them a whole lot of time. Speaking of time, that's the seasoning we used. We've got thyme seasoning. We've got 1 pound of regular ground turkey, another pound of breakfast style ground turkey, which has some flavoring in it. We've got 1 red bell pepper, 1 yellow bell pepper, a little bit of dried scallion, and a little bit of dried thyme in here. Yummy, yummy. Smells good. Smells magical even. I'm just going to add a touch of white wine vinegar and let it burn it out here. Make sure it's on high. I really want it to burn out of here. Mix it around. We'll put the lid back on for a few minutes. Let it do its thing. Coming back over here. I have the 4 cups of cream right here. And I have 2 cans of cream of mushroom. I'm just going to dump these in there and mix them up, and keeps us a step ahead. By the time the meat's done and the peppers are done, we can just add our cream. All right, here we go. There's 1 can of cream of mushroom. You know, I wanted to do fresh mushrooms, saute them in oil. I didn't have any fresh mushrooms, and I thought, I'm going to use what I can. So, although cream of mushroom doesn't have a bulk of mushrooms, there is some flavor and there is a little bit of mushrooms in there. I don't know if another can will fit in here. Talk about overflow. See if I got it. This guy right here, after I use it today, I'll probably throw it away because it's, I don't know if you can see it, it's ripped right here. Right here. So once that happens, I figure, you know what, you could buy these probably at the dollar store or close for $1. They don't cost that much at all. Just get rid of it and buy a new one. I am going to use it, just happened recently, so I am going to use this today. But after today, I have 2 or 3 of these guys. So I'll just toss this one because you risk of bacteria getting in here. I mean, we wash it really good. We put it in a dishwasher, but I mean, still, bacteria can get in there and then could ruin stuff for you. So just be on the safe side and toss it when things like this get broken down. I'm so excited. My son and my grandson, my grandbaby's coming over for dinner. So I'm trying to hurry up. Get this done so I can have time to visit with my new grandbaby. So excited. Woo. Okay, so my job is to make a mess. I do that very well here. Indeed I do. So we're getting rid of that can. And I think let's come jump back over here. Hey, oh God, it smells amazing in here, you guys. All right. So my peppers and everything is, you know, soft. I do believe it's ready to go with the cream. Give those a quick toss. Now we're going to add our cream. That's a lot of cream, guys. I hope it all fits in here. Okay, hold on. All right, guys, so next step is I'm going to add the bread to this. And I'll come back when the rice is done. We'll add the rice, the bread, the meat mixture with the cream and the cheese, and we'll fill our pumpkin. All right, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome back. So I have my sauce in with the cream and the ground turkey, and it is so good, you guys. I can smell it.
Yeah, right.
You got some of that pumpkin spice, you got thyme, you got some chives. It's just so good. I've got my grandson and my son here.
Here you go. There's baby.
Come over here.
Yeah, you guys are. This is gonna be national.